Dear co-pilots of these upper ethers and downy domains, before I knew about Peter Pan or the turbo boost of Dorothy's tornado, I knew about the people could fly. Magic folk, tale about ancient people who possessed the knowledge of flight. Slavery took their wings, but some still remembered how and flew away from the lash. The griot Virginia Hamilton wrote that they flew like blackbirds over fields, black shiny wings flapping against the blue up there. Nearly all of us have lost our wings now, so we fly, we break out in other ways. Today, you can't just get on a ship headed for the new world. You will have to pay with the loose change of your body. America is a flight of fear and a fear of flight. Democracy is this plane we're on, this air we're in, at our worst here. You will pay to fly today without your own wings. You will pay with the TSA lines like DMV lines, like cheese lines. You will pay with the radiation and time travel and delays and layovers. You will pay with the hours spent in smiles that came to nothing and civilities unnoticed and ignored. You will pay with small seats that can't hold all of you, folks who can't wait their turn. You will pay with boarding status, points, pride. And after you have paid with your body and your time and your goodwill, you may wonder, what have I paid for? Afros being searched, thick white thighs being patted down with plastic gloves, mathematicians mistaken for martyrs, T-shirts dropping bombs, the music of Arabic whittled down to a coded curse, the rocket of Babel we get on. This is democracy, formerly known as the Promised Land, formerly known as the slave ship, democracy formerly known as the refugee boat, formerly known as the railroad car, democracy formerly known as the bus. Get on to the back. Not the freight train Elizabeth Cotton called to carry me home. Not the flights of fancy and fight that Leonardo, Amelia, Bessie, and the Red Tails had in mind. All these gates and borders where you are apprehended, boundaries that boil you down to stew, to fuel. Because we are carbon footprints in this cloud desert, thick as thieves. This plane runs on our fossilized dreams and the Tin Man oil squeezed from our wings. And if I forget my place back here or in the emergency row, it could all explode or combust. It could all boil down to which is the soundest seat. Certainly not 13F. And when Erica is singing, window seat, don't want nobody next to me, is she really saying, I don't want a body, or I don't want a nobody? Was the woman in the aisle who screamed, move in my face, an angel or a demon? Was the man who asked me, you okay, as I cried in 12F, who looked like Mickey Rourke with Rocky Mountains for jaws, was he my fallen priest or my redeemer? This plane rocks my faith and then restores it. As I rise at takeoff and sink into landings, acutely alive, mortal, able to be killed and wiped from the earth with your glance in an instant. They say it's this pressure about the wings that keeps the plane in the air. We disembark with it on our shoulders like a stolen hide. We take it with us wherever we go, all around the world. We pack it up and never unpack it when we get home. We rush to meetings like flights, confine our hopes to little plastic bags. This pressure, this cramping, this root canal, Charlie horse, blood clot country supposed to be about freedom, but so confined, so hampered, so suspect, guards up, only one eye being passed around. We've had so much reality, nobody believes in the myth of flight anymore. A few weeks ago, I got on this plane. We all boarded and we waited for it to take off, but it didn't. Not after 15 or 30 or 50 minutes. Finally, a voice came to us. The pilot is late. Then a few minutes later, another voice came. The pilot isn't coming. And later, the voice said, a new pilot is on his way. But in the moments before he actually arrived, I thought to myself and aloud to my neighbor, we gonna have to fly this plane ourselves. Somebody among us better fly this plane. What if God were one of us? What if we are the pilots we've been waiting for, LOL? And now our pilot has shown up, looking like a lot of the other 600,000 good old boys in the air up there, cussing, snorting, handsy, full of spite and trifles, lumbering up a flimsy moral ramp to the cockpit, joining a fraternity of forefathers in the clouds. This election was all turbulence and fog, people deboarding the plane before it took off. Millions didn't get on board at all. Some folks swear they'll never get back on board again. The smell from the toilets funked up the joint, even reared its ugly head in first class. The masks forgot to fall, and we all couldn't wait to get off. We waited on a pilot to fly this democracy on our behalf, expected her to crash us through, see us through the blue up there, but now he won't let us down. He'll show us the money. He'll make it rain. But I hear Gil Scott-Heron singing Winter in America. Ain't nobody fighting, because nobody knows what to save. For the last 8 years, I've been Theo's mom. And Theo, a black boy born in America with the blood of black farmers, Scots, Irish, Arawak Indians, and Garifuna medicine men running in his veins, has only known Barack Obama as his president. He knows knock-knock jokes, but he doesn't know the centuries-old parodies about black presidents in power, never tasted the primordial minstrel stew we call this birth of a nation. He was conceived in the weeks before Obama's inauguration, when we felt the country's chest swell up and the guardians of history sigh with wonder and relief. He looks up to Obama, the way my mother looked up to JFK. Then he was assassinated the day before her 8th birthday. She never forgot it, like he was a young crush wrenched from her arms. Obama is Theo's personal president, and it's hard to let go. Theo and Jasper and Jericho, first graders, gather at lunch and recess to discuss the country and where it's going. They believe in democracy. They still have wings. They believe that girls can fly too. But today we woke up to rain in America. Folks crying emoji tears, mothers and fathers mourning democracy on morning talk shows. When Theo came into our room and Mark told him who won, he started crying. He asked, "Will we have to leave?" I said, "No, baby, this is our country too." We cuddled in the 6 a.m. sheets, and when they were heading out the door for school with a kiss, Mark reminded me about that day when we came home to Towers, falling on TV, just days after we had decided to split up and go our separate ways. I remember how fear flew in from all sides as we looked across the room at each other and said, "Let's stay together." What if we need to learn to fly in a V the way big birds do, riding the wind that will propel everybody forward? We could break through all the fences in our mouths, the walls in our ears. I'm saying, y'all, get on, strap in, make small talk. Let's ride this sucker. Let's push the call button and clog the toilets. Be unruly and unruled. Let's give the pilot hell back here. I am willing to pay with the loose cannon change of my voice. I am willing to forget my deepest fears of flight, that angst of no return, the snapping ties of my heart as the wheels tuck under and out. I know what to save. Hello, this is your co-pilot speaking. Welcome to America, as in welcome aboard, as in welcome to our world, as in we could be our best up there, down here. The time is millennial. The current temperature is melting glaciers. You can find your wings and baggage claim 6. Thank you for flying. Sincerely, Theo's mom.